Hello all, welcome to my channel.
Agenda is core components and walkthrough of the fabric. So these are the general terms which we need to know in fabric. Capacity. So capacity is most important, guys, here. So capacity means this is like a power which can run your fabric. The fabric can use this power to do the task. So suppose if you want to walk, you need some power to walk, right? You need some energy. So in the same way, here, to do any task, whatever we are giving to the fabric, to do this task, this fabric needs some power. That is called here capacity. So if we can take more capacity, we can able to do more work. So suppose if you see here, these are the capacities, F2 capacity. So these many capacities are available in fabric at this moment. So F2 SKU here, that SKU F2 is nothing but the cost here per month is $262 per month. So this is a bit costly, I can say. Suppose if you take F64 now, it is almost 5 lakhs rupees in Indian per month, guys. But organizations, since they are maintaining the big data in the fabric, it is not that much of cost for organizations. So many organizations they are preferring F64 or F128 and F256. These three they are preferring nowadays, and F32 also for the lesser volume of the data. So more capacity means more volume of the data you can able to maintain, and more speed and performance you will get. In the same way, more cost also, but that cost is negligible because we are maintaining the big data and all in the fabric. So these are the capacities up to F2048. You have capacity in the fabric starting from F2 to F2048. So these are the capacities. So these capacities, don't worry, we no need to maintain these capacities because this can be taken care by admin team or your client team or the infra team or the provisioning team in your organization, not the developers. But so now more capacity means more work done. So you have to know about these capacities, and even if someone is working as a senior, the architect have to propose to the client that which capacity the client need to purchase, because if the clients are not there in fabric already and they want to migrate to the fabric from their traditional systems to here to the fabric, right? So in that case, architect have to, our manager, they have to propose which capacity client need to purchase based on their requirement. So as a developer or as a fabric data engineer, this is not required for us, guys, but for them it is useful, for architect or for manager or for the clients. So now experience. So experience is nothing but here the workload, I can say. So it is the group of tools which are made for completing a specific task, like your data engineering or Power BI. We are calling it as workloads, right? So that is called your experience. So your data engineering or Power BI. So our data warehouse, all these are called the experience. It means if you want to complete a particular task from starting to end, so all that workloads which we have used to complete that particular task, that group of tools, we can call it as experience. Next, item. So item is nothing but here a single piece of tool in the workload is called item. It means if you take data engineering, data pipelines and notebooks and data flows will come under data engineering. So if you can take only pipeline, no, or any only notebooks, no, those are called items here. So or only reports, it means a particular tool in any artifact, if you can take it, that is called item. Next, tenant. So tenant is nothing but like it is purely a private space which is related to your company. So it's not only in fabric, guys, anywhere. So tenant means, for example, if you are working for a company A, so you will get one mail ID, user at the rate companya.com, like that, right? So whatever the domain, if you are seeing here companya.com, these are like your tenant, that is called your organizational tenant, which is purely work for your company only. It cannot be shared, and it cannot be transferable from one company to another company. So it is purely a private space for your company. And after that, workspace. So workspace is nothing but here, this is the shared area for your team. So if you are working on a project, and you have 9 members or 10 members in your project. So it is a collaborative area where you can share your work done into that particular workspace so that others can able to see that. Either those are the reports or pipelines or data flows, whatever it is which is related to your project. If you want to know more about this terminology in the Fabric, you can go through this link, guys, and you will get more knowledge. So now, data engineering. So in the data engineering, this is the terminology which we can use. So lake house. So lake house is nothing but it is like your storage account. So if you have already knowledge on Azure, no, you have some storage accounts there like ADL Legend or Blob storage. So in the same way here, lake house is here. It is a storage space for both files and tables. So we can able to store files as well as tables in the lake house. This is like a storage area, I can say, in the Fabric. Now, notebook. So notebook, nothing but here, this is a place where we can write the code and we can analyze the data. And the code is PySpark code or even SQL code. You can write by changing your code from PySpark to SQL, or you can write Python code. So this is the place where you can write the code and analyze it, and even you can apply the transformations with the help of this notebook. So if you want to clean the data, we can use notebooks for cleansing purpose. And Spark application. So the Spark application, Apache Spark job, a job definition, and view order, all this can come in your notebook, guys. So while running the notebook, we can use these things at the back end. So Fabric will take care of all these things. So Spark application, nothing but it is a program that processes big data using Spark. It means if you want to run any notebook, no, so at the back end, some Apache Spark jobs will run, some Spark job will run. So to process that, we can use the Spark application. These are important in Databricks because we have to take care of those things. But now, since Fabric is completely the SaaS platform, we no need to think about all these things. So Fabric will take care of all these things. So Apache Spark job. So it is nothing but suppose if you have any Spark app that runs the notebook, no. So it is a task that within the Spark app that runs the data work. It means you have written some code in your notebook, and if you want to run that code, nothing but the data work. So that can be done with this help of with Spark. It is like a task. We are giving a task to the particular Spark job. You can run this notebook, import PySpark like that. And Spark definition, it can give some instructions. For example, if you are going to a new place, and if you can enter that new place into your Google map, no, it will give you the shortest path or the easy path to reach that particular destination, right? So it will give you some instructions to go to that place. In the same way here, your Spark job definition can give the instructions to run that Spark notebook. So here we are writing some code, and how to run that Spark job, that will give you the instructions. The instructions can be given by your Spark job definition. Here it is like a path, guys. Even in your SQL also we have that executed plan, actual plan, like that you have, right? In the same way here we have that. And the V order, yeah, this we are using actually even in the real time. So V order and Z order, some orders are there actually in your notebook. So if you follow the V order, no, so that can load your data more faster if you have big data in your notebooks. So this can help us load the data more faster. So that is V order. Now after that, data factory. So in the data factory, this is the terminology which we will use. So connectors. So connectors are here like which can allow us to connect to any external data source, like your Excel or your on-premise SQL or your Azure SQL, whatever it is. So in Microsoft Fabric, there are 300 plus connectors are there. So we can able to connect to the external data sources by using all those connectors. So like your Azure SQL, on-premise, or Snowflake, or Amazon Redshift, or SAP HANA, or Databricks, whatever it is, we can able to connect to all that external data sources with help of the connector only. Connector, nothing but here the data source, guys, nothing is new here. So we will see all this in the real time in upcoming classes. So whatever the possible connectors are there, no, we can connect to all those possible connectors and we will bring the data. And now Data pipeline. So data pipeline nothing but it can move and transform your data from one place to another place. So if, for example, if you have data in your local machine or in your other external data source, we will simply take one data pipeline and we will move that data, and we can transform that data from one form to the another form. I mean, by applying some logical what I mean to say, some logical things, we can give some logical conditions here in the pipeline, and we can transfer the data from one place to the another place. Now data flow gen 2. So data flow gen 2 can also be used to move the data or to bring the data from different sources, and we can use it for the cleaning purpose also. So data flow, we can call it as low code because it is a very friendly thing. If you are not good at coding and all, you can use data flow gen 2 to apply your transformations to clean your data. So UI will be there. You can just do by drag and drop, or by applying some transformations, so that one code will generate, one mashup code, mquery I can say, that will generate at the back end. Whatever you're doing at the front end in UI, all the code will generate at the back end. So you no need to write any query here. You can still use the data flow gen 2 for cleaning purpose. It can be used for ETL and ELT, guys. What is ETL and what is ELT also we will discuss in our upcoming classes. So ETL nothing but extract, transform and load. ELT is nothing but extract, load and transform. We will see that as well. So I can say data pipeline and data flow gen 2 can be used to ingest the data from different sources to the fabric and to apply the transformations, I can say. Now triggers here. Trigger is nothing but here, if you want to schedule a job, if you want to schedule your data pipeline or data flow gen 2 based on some conditions or based on some time, we can use triggers here to schedule the pipelines. This trigger word is there in ADF, but in fabric we call it as just a schedule, and the triggers will consider as your storage event triggers. This can be a trigger word can be used in fabric for the storage event based triggers. So if you have already knowledge on ADF or in Azure, we have a storage event based triggers, right? So here that triggers are implementing Microsoft. So we can use this word for that storage event based triggers. But if you want to schedule the pipelines or data flows or any notebooks or any jobs, now we can simply go and schedule it. So now data warehouse. So in the data warehouse, we have SQL endpoint and a data warehouse. So SQL endpoint can allow you to analyze your data, to query your data. So it is like your database, guys, like your SQL database. So what we can able to do in SQL database, we can able to write queries, right? I mean, we can able to write DDL, DML commands, DQL commands, right? So in SQL endpoint, we cannot write DDL and DML commands. It means we cannot create any tables. We cannot insert any data. Whatever the data is there, we can able to use that data. It means query data. DQL commands we can able to use in your SQL endpoint. It means select star from employee. That's it. Insert into employee. It's not possible in your SQL endpoint. This is for analytical purpose. So you can ask the question like select a sum of sales amount from my table. It will give you that amount. That's it. So you can able to analyze the data on top of SQL endpoint. But the Fabric data warehouse, it can support all the commands like DDL, DML, DQL, all the commands like your database, purely like your database. So you can create the table, you can delete the table, you can modify the data, you can insert the data, update it, and you can query it, whatever you can do here in the data warehouse. So it can support full SQL queries. So we can analyze the large data. So if you have a big volume of the data, no, so we will suggest to use data warehouse for analytical purpose. Here, what is the difference between these two means data warehouse and SQL endpoint? Data warehouse, we have to create the data warehouse in Fabric, but your SQL endpoint, no, it will automatically create by default with your lakehouse. So if you can create lakehouse in the Fabric, no, it will automatically by default one SQL endpoint will create for each lakehouse. So if you want to analyze or if you want to query the data, whatever we have in the table format in lakehouse, no, you can come to SQL endpoint and you can analyze that. Excuse me. So yeah, this is SQL endpoint and data warehouse. Now, if I see here, this is my overview of the Fabric. So nothing but I can say architecture or overview. of the fabric. So we have seen it in our even last class also. All these are the workloads or artifacts or components, I can say, of fabric: data factory, data engineering, data science, data warehouse, real-time analytics, Power BI, and data activator. So data activator is nothing but here, like for example, guys, I will just give you one line of information here. So data activator is nothing but here. For example, uh, if for example you have one medicine, guys, for example, so that medicine, it needs to be maintained the temperature less than 10 degrees, for example. So while moving that medicine from manufacturing unit to your hospital, if it exceeds greater than 10 degrees, if it exceeds 10 degrees of the temperature, the particular person or whoever the owner to that particular equipment or particular medicine, that respective person should get alerts from that data. Boss, this particular medicine exceeds this much of temperature, please take it. Like that, you will get some alerts to your mail ID or to your teams. So to do that, your data activator can be used. So data activator can send alerts based on the condition of the data. So that is a data activator used here. So, but as a fabric data engineer, even in the real time, we are using data factory, data engineering, and data warehouse and Power BI. These four are important artifacts as a data engineer. So even in the real time, we are using these only. Real time intelligence and this data activator are not that much of useful at this moment in the real time, because even we are working for multiple clients now, we have not even used this real time analytics and data activator. So, but we will see each and every artifact in the upcoming classes. So on top of it, AI is implemented. That is nothing but your co-pilot, and all this can be included in one lake. And on top of it, we can apply the security and governance. So this is the overview of Fabric. Now, if we see, we have each and every workload here. Data engineering. So data engineering, I can say simply, it can be used to ingest the data, to clean the data, to transform the data. The capability of data engineering. So in the data engineering only, we have that what I mean to say, pipelines and even data flows also included. So in that data engineering, we can able to transform the data, ingest the data, and clean the data. And if you ask me that what artifact I can use it, what item I can use it, I can say notebooks we can use here. And Synapse data warehouse. So Synapse data warehouse, nothing but our data warehouse. It can be used to create the tables or to insert the data and to query the data. Your data warehouse. On top of the data warehouse, we can able to create the Power BI reports and dashboards also. And we can do analysis also on top of the data only. If you don't want to go for the Power BI reports, no, you can simply do analysis on top of this data only. And data science, so for the machine learning purpose and to train your models to get the predictions and to write algorithms, here we can use the data science. And RTA, so nowadays it is called RTI, intelligence, not the real-time analytics. So to query the real-time data, so to monitor the real moving of the data, we can use RTA here. And the data factory, this is used for data movement, nothing but if you want to ingest the data from different external sources to your fabric, you can use data factory. And you can use pipelines and data flows here to move the data and to transform the data and to integrate the data, even to ingest the data also. And Power BI, it can be used for creating the reports and dashboards. So the meaningful insights we can create here with help of the Power BI. So if you want to know more about suppose what is the roadmap of the Microsoft Fabric, so what features they are going to release in future, like that, if you want to know, no, you can go through this link. And if you have any questions, for example, there is one community where all the experts and all MVPs will give answers to your questions. So if you can log into community.fabric.com, no, there, if you have any challenge in the real time, if you face any challenge, no, you can ask that question there. You can post your issue or challenge in that community. Maybe within 24 hours you will get answer from the community members. So if you can post it at the evening times, no, so I mean onshore people like from USA or other different countries, they will give answer immediately. If you can post this question at IST timings of the evening. So next, documentation. So if you want to learn more about Fabric, there are a lot of Microsoft documents are there. You can go through this link and you can explore more documents on Fabric. And if you want to log into Fabric, this is the link. You can click on app.fabric.microsoft and you can log into your Fabric account, fabric.microsoft.com. So the moment when you click on that link or when you enter fabric.microsoft.com, no, it will ask you, there's many, I mean, your account. So this is my account. I will click on that and it is asking for password. I'm giving that. Now it is asking, do you want to reduce the number of times you are sign in? Yes, I want to reduce and I want to keep this window. So I'm clicking on yes and it is opening. The moment when you log into your Fabric, no, it will give you this UI. This is your Microsoft Fabric environment. Click on it. If you can click on this Fabric, no, you will get two artifacts here. I mean, two options here. One is Fabric, second one is Power BI. Power BI is like for creating the Power BI reports here. And if you click on Fabric, so if you click on Fabric, this is included all the Fabric workloads. Now, if you see here at left navigation bar, this is my home. So here it will show you the quick related, I mean, the recent opened items here. If you see, this item I have opened 2 days ago, so that's why it is showcasing for me the recent items in recent items. If you have any favorites here, you can able to get it from here, from home button. So that is your home button. Now if you click on workspaces, I have these many workspaces. That's why it is showcasing these many workspaces for me. If you have nothing, it will show empty here. So these are the workspaces. Now we will see how to create and all in the upcoming classes. Now this is recently launched by Microsoft. So to have this one, to use this Copilot option, you need F64 Fabric capacity. Currently, we don't have that, so that's why it may not work for us. So now, OneLake Catalog. So OneLake Catalog is nothing but it is a place like where you can get all the items which are related to your Fabric. So if I click on here, now, it is showcasing all items and all workspaces, all my favorites and my items like that. If you see, so this is the central repository where you can have all your artifacts or all your data in a single place. So that is OneLake Catalog. And Monitor. So Monitor is here. If you see the Monitor Hub, so here all these are the notebooks which I ran recently, and the status is it is succeeded and start time, at what time it is started, who ran it, and what is the workspace name here. So like that, you will get all the information here. We will have a separate class for this. We can discuss there also in upcoming classes. So like that, we have Monitor Hub and real-time analytics and the real-time intelligent. So here you will get event hubs and event streams. So you have to create that event hubs and event streams to track your real-time. So in this real-time hub, you will get all the real-time intelligence related information. So here you will get events and event streams. So whatever the data we have which is related to real-time, that you will get all the information here. You can able to import some data sources or from Azure sources, and you can have here the Fabric event like that. So that is your real-time intelligence. And workloads here. So we discussed in our last class. These are the the default workloads are like your Power BI, data warehouse, or Synapse data engineering. So apart from that, if you want more workloads, you can include that workloads also into your organization. So Microsoft will design special workloads for you if you can give your requirement also, so that we can able to add that workloads to our organization. So these are like workloads and included with Fabric or added by my organization. Those are especially which are related to your organization. So this is not useful as a Fabric engineer. So I'll go to the next. So yeah, this is my workspace. So nothing is there since I have not created anything. So if you want to develop anything for your purpose, you can create it here. But it will not allow you to provide access to this workspace to anybody. So better to not create. Even if you create now, you cannot share this workspace to others. So that's why I would suggest you do not create anything here in your workspace. This is purely for your purpose. Still, if you want to create and test it before creating it in main workspace, now you can create it. That is up to you guys. So yeah, this is the Fabric walkthrough.
Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, please post in the comments. I will try to give answers. Please do subscribe my channel And do remember, with the right data, every challenge has a solution.